A watering hole attack is a form of cyber attack that targets groups of users by infecting websites that they commonly visit. A watering hole attack differs from phishing and spear phishing attacks, which typically attempt to steal data or install malware onto users' devices but are often equally targeted, effective, and challenging to prevent. Instead, a watering hole attack aims to infect users' computers then gain access to a connected corporate network. Cybercriminals use this attack vector to steal personal information, banking details, and intellectual property, as well as gain unauthorized access to sensitive corporate systems. Watering hole attacks are relatively rare, but they continue to have a high success rate. That is because they target legitimate websites that cannot be blacklisted. And cybercriminals deploy zero-day exploits that antivirus detectors and scanners will not pick up. Therefore, watering hole attacks are a significant threat to organizations and users that do not follow security best practices. The attacker does not target the victim directly. How does a watering hole attack work? First, the attacker identifies a website or service that the intended victim already uses and is familiar with. Generally, the target site has relatively low security, is frequently visited, and is popular with the intended victim. The attacker then compromises the target site and injects a malicious code payload into the site, often in the form of JavaScript or hypertext markup language, HTML. When the victim visits the compromised site, the payload is triggered, and it begins an exploit chain to infect the victim's computer. The payload may be automatic, or the attack may cause a bogus prompt to appear telling the user to take an additional action that will download malicious code. The exploit chain may be one that already exists and is well known, or a novel exploit created by the attacker. Once the payload has been triggered on the victim's computer, the attacker can access other assets on the network and use that computer to launch a pivot attack to achieve other goals. The goals may be to gather information about the victim, use the victim's computer as part of a bot network, or try to exploit other computers within the victim's network. What can you do to prevent such attacks? Watering hole attacks may be discovered by web gateways that detect known attack signatures. But more often than not, these advanced attack vectors from sophisticated cybercriminals will require more dynamic security solutions that can detect, monitor, and block malicious activity and prevent users from accessing suspicious websites. Regular security testing. This ensures that users always browse the internet securely, prevents intentional and unintentional downloads of malware or rootkits, and stops users from accessing infected or malicious websites. Advanced threat protection. Advanced threat protection tools include behavioral analysis solutions, which give organizations a better chance of detecting zero-day exploits before attackers can target users. System and software updates. An essential best practice for avoiding watering hole attacks is to update systems and software, and install operating system patches as soon as they are made available by vendors. Attackers infect websites by discovering vulnerabilities in their code, making it imperative to spot flaws or gaps in software before cybercriminals find them. Treat all traffic as untrusted. Organizations need to consider all traffic to be untrusted until verified as legitimate. This is especially important with third-party traffic and should be a standard approach to Internet traffic, regardless of whether it has come from partner websites or popular Internet properties like Google domains. Test and secure against exposure. Secure web gateways help organizations enforce their Internet access policies and filter unwanted or malicious software from reaching user-initiated Internet connections. This is crucial with the rise in the Internet of Things, IoT, and cloud applications, which increase organizations' attack surfaces. Secure web gateways protect organizations from external and internal threats with application control. Uniform Resource Locator, filtering, data loss prevention, remote browser isolation, and deep hypertext transfer protocol secure inspection. These solutions are crucial to protecting businesses from the risk of advanced cybersecurity threats like watering hole attacks.